So at the end of 2020, we sold our Bailey Cartagena, Unicorn Cartagena, which we'd had for 3 years. I've done vlogs previously about what we didn't like about it. Now, I'm not saying Bailey are bad caravans. There's just things about it that we personally didn't like. Now, weirdly enough, the things I initially liked about a caravan, probably 2 years down the line, we began to dislike these things, which was weird. But this is our, where are we, sir? We had Nouse, Sterling, Bailey, and now Swift. So it's our fourth caravan, a fourth different layout. And I think we've settled on the right one now. It's just cut, the thing is with caravanning is the layout. It's not, our friends have just been through buying a car and a caravan. We've been speaking to them quite regularly on the subject. And cars are relatively easy to buy in that, all you've got to decide on is like an engine and what make maybe. With caravan, there's a whole wide range of stuff you need to consider. Hardest of which is the layout, because you've really got, until you really spend time in the caravan, you've got no idea what layout works best for you. So 2021, so we sold our caravan in 2020. 2021, in fact in 2020 we placed order for the caravan I'm now sitting in, which is a Swift Challenger 650. We picked it up middle of March this year, maybe towards the end of, no, in fact I know it was 2 weeks before the 1st of April. Now I know why it's 2 weeks before the 1st of April. So we picked up the caravan, all excited, got the caravan home, fridge didn't work. So I went back to the dealer and they were good. They were almost straight away, they took the caravan back to look at the fridge again, fixed the fridge. When I got there, they had all the thermometers in there and I could see that it was a minus whatever in the freezer. Fridge was cool. Hooked it all up. I got about 3 miles from the dealer and somebody smashed it into the back of me. Long story short, again, the dealer were really good. They ordered a new caravan for us. The existing caravan did get written off, so we got the new one towards the middle of June maybe. so we really hadn't caravanned. I can remember when we caravanned in October 2020, because that's when we bought our awning, our Isabella awning. So we went to Hertford, which is reasonably near us, about half hour from us, just to put the awning up and check it out. Pack it away again, all good. Pack it away again. I'd use it in October. Sold the caravan in November, and then didn't caravan again until end of July, end of June, beginning of July. So that's December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Sort of nearly 8 months no caravanning. And of course the year before that was interrupted by COVID as well. So we got the new caravan again and the fridge works, and we've had, touch wood, we've had no problems with it. So first, I've got notes, of course. Other vloggers, I'm sure, are more professional than me. They edit this bit out, they look at their notes, and then as if they're reading off the top of their head. I don't really feel the need to do that. So, and at the moment I don't really feel the need to wear glasses either. Hurrah for me. Actually, before Morton in Marsh, obviously I had all the nightmare of dealing with caravan insurance companies. Actually, I say it was a nightmare. It kind of was a nightmare. Looking back on it, it wasn't so bad, but at the time it is a nightmare. COVID and the restrictions and everything else slowed the whole process down. So the first place we went to was Morton in Marsh. We've been there before years ago, and we really like the area. There's some great places around there, and we thought go somewhere sort of familiar, get used to the caravan, make sure everything's working, which it was, and just basically have a few days there, which we really enjoyed. So at that time I was in between contracts, say unemployed if you like. I'll say I was unemployed, partly through choice ish. So we had a lot of time on our hands, but of course it wasn't really a great deal of time because I was applying for jobs and going to interviews and all that kind of stuff. So it wasn't like I ended up having, I think, 5 weeks off. Like 2 or 3 of which we were on holiday. But if I'd have planned it, we could have just gone somewhere like France, for instance, for 5 weeks. Yeah, so Morton in Marshall was my first experience of all-wheel drive, and I'm smiling because all-wheel drive motor movers. Now I've for a longest time wanted four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. Well, anyway, 4 motor movers rather than 2. Bailey we had was 2 axle with just 2 motor movers on, and it's, although it does work with an asterisk beside it. I mean, if you've got 2 movers and you think they work, that's great. Our specific situation kind of means we really do need 4 motor movers for our drive, because I've got to turn it through a right angle turn up a slope, and 2 just aren't enough. So from there, not from there, but after there, we went to Cornwall, True Ethic Farm. Now, I've done a few vlogs on True Ethic Farm. Now, I know a lot of people like it, and I can see why they like it. Problem, I have 2 things with it really. Basically, Cornwall in itself, it's just, we always get caught out with the weather there. Good news is the wind has stopped, the sun's come out. So on behalf of Boscastle Tourism Board, welcome to Boscastle. See you soon. Hurricanes, and you know, obviously the day we leave it brightens up and it's lovely. The day we arrive it gets very windy. So, but we had a nice time there. Saw friends down there, which was great. Actually, it was actually the reason we went, which was really good. Now we've been. Now I know people have laughed at this before, but we've been to Brighton a lot this year, and I think it's because it's a familiar site to us. So it's a nice place to go. Now we do like to go to different places as well, but I think maybe the whole atmosphere and the way life is at the moment, it kind of, you find yourself, well, we find ourselves gravitating to what we know. And I think that's kind of the best thing for us to do. So anyway, but we had shows booked at the Brighton Dome, which we really like, from pre-lockdown. Now, of course, these shows were rescheduled, and eventually we had 2 shows to attend in a few weeks of each other. So we found ourselves in Brighton like 3 times over a 2-month period, I think, which, you know, even for us is unusual. Anyway, however, we went and the shows were good, and we're glad it was all done, but it's kind of put us off booking any shows at the moment, because I don't want to be, because you have no input as to when they're rescheduled. Anyway, so that was Brighton. So then in October we went to Cambridge. Again, we like Cambridge. Cambridge is a strange site. Cambridge, Cherry Hinton motorhome, caravan and motorhome club site. Been there a few times as well. It's an odd site in that it's long and narrow, and the pitches, some of the pitches aren't very big. So with a near 8-metre caravan, they like to tell you where to go. Not don't tell you where to go. I mean, they tell me where to go, obviously, but they tell you what pitch to go on. Again, really nice weekend. We've had some really good trips this year, although if I counted up the nights away, it probably wouldn't be as much as many any other years, because we had the first 6 months where we didn't caravan, and we didn't really have what we might consider a big holiday, although we did spend 2 weeks in Brighton / Cornwall, or Cornwall / Brighton. So, and here we are in December. I hope you had a good Christmas. I hope this vlog comes out after Christmas, otherwise I'll look a bit of a fool. I'm recording it before Christmas. December we're going away after Boxing Day for a week. I mean, I'm off work anyway, and it's a kind of a bit of a dead time where we just hang about and do nothing. So might as well hang about and do nothing in the caravan. Yeah, I'm not sure that there's going to be another lockdown yet, so get away while we can, I think. So that's pretty much the year, as was last year. Like a lot of it was caravan related, but stressful caravan related, like insurance and crashes and all that kind of stuff. It was fun picking up a new caravan, obviously, and fun again picking this one up. First one did have a few snags, but the dealers did sort them out. Although after the crash, I don't know if it was the crash or when I got home, very strangely, I plugged it in and had to see if the fridge worked, which it didn't. So really from then on, I was just fingers crossed that the caravan would get written off, which it did. briefly discuss next year. So next year's a weird one, isn't it, for all of us really. Like just recently, France have closed their doors again to the UK, which I understand. We did the same with South Africa. And once this variant's over, hopefully April, maybe we're in December. I mean, maybe April time. Well, cut a long story short, we've booked France for next year, 3 weeks. So we're hoping by then we can actually go, because we haven't been for a couple of years now. Maybe it feels like 3 years, maybe it's just 2. But we do miss it because for us it's an adventure. It's a 3-week kind of in a different country, isn't it? Which is great. And the journey is part of the holiday for us. People say, it takes you 3 days to get down there, 3 days to get home, but it is part of the holiday. We've got a few other things booked as well. I'll go into those nearer the time, I think. I'm saying that because I can't remember. So there you go. 2021, definitely a year to remember, for various reasons. I mean, lots and lots of highlights, obviously, as with most people, I guess. I mean, you have to deal with the rough. You have to balance off the rough with the smooth, don't you? A weird year. I mean, hopefully next year will be better, but I'll probably look at a vlog I did this time last year, and it will probably say the same about this year, next year, just to make it feel a bit better. You notice how only one glass shines because there's only one lens. I know. There is method to my madness. Right, so depending on when this vlog gets released, because it is prior to Christmas at the moment, hence the decorations. So if it's not Christmas Day yet, I hope you have a nice Christmas. If it's after Christmas, I hope you had a nice Christmas. If it's before New Year, Happy New Year. If it's after New Year, well, Happy New Year as well. And I hope you enjoyed your Christmas and New Year. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we don't get in too many lockdowns and that our travelling isn't restricted too much. Thanks for buying CaravanVlogger merchandise. Links as always below. See you in the next one.